And
Live?
We're on.
We're on?
And your name tags are
Ooh,
right this time.
That's
awesome.
Go
good.
me.
Welcome to a very just drank coffee and road trip episode 3 of the Empty Space podcast with Bryson, Dylan, and Lee. What's going on, guys? What are we talking about today? Let's get started.
All right. As you can see,
My Discord is laggy, so sorry.
podcast is a little stranger today. Lee is on the road on this one. Um, Lee over this week had started to edit that improv script we did on the first podcast into something that we can actually film, making it a little more logistical. And now we're going to kind of review that and kind of work on that. Be like, what can we do here? What can we not do? What's possible? What's not possible?
Yeah. So essentially, for anyone who missed
Yeah.
episode, oh, Lee, go. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm gonna build off of that. You're good. Keep going.
Essentially what that was we made a script based off of a creative writing episode we did. At the end of an episode, we did a creative writing thing, and we wrote this like serious story about like some poisoned blood and some stuff like that. And now that we actually have some of it written, it's up to us to discuss the logistics of actually creating this, whether it be actors, props, locations, writing, storyboarding, like all these different things. We have to get all the pieces in order, right? Right now, it's a bunch of puzzle pieces all over the place, and we're solving this puzzle, and we're finding puzzle pieces underneath the table, and at the end, it'll be the poison blood apocalypse puzzle we finish, you know. So it's up to us sort of to I think to put this together. But before that, let's talk about our weeks.
Who's up first?
I guess I'll take it. Yeah, we decided to take a little trip to Georgia, see some friends. So that's kind of why I'm on the road right now. You know, just kind of felt like getting away. Some of us are starting a new job soon and stuff, so just took a little time to, I don't know, just take a little vacation before all that.
Yeah.
So
How was the trip?
it was good, long drive, but it's
Yeah.
not too bad. Yeah, flying's expensive, so you got to just drive it out sometimes.
How long's the drive?
Uh, 8 hours almost 7,
Oh, that's
eight
not,
with stops. You know,
that's not too bad.
Terrible.
terrible. Yeah.
How about
any
Yeah, no brakes. You know, I usually drive it on myself, but I got lucky this time.
and we discussed if you get pulled over, the podcast still goes, right?
Yeah, keep going. Even if I'm getting a ticket, we're finishing this podcast.
He's like, "Sir, I need you to step out the car. Step out the car, sir. I'm on a podcast. Please."
how was it kind of doing
Yeah,
this
sir, I
this
can't do that.
project a little like remotely, like working and sending us files? How about that little incident we had right before we we got on?
Struggle trying to get a hot spot
Yeah.
in the middle of the hills. You know.
He was pretty confident he had the thing on our drive and was updated and ready for today, and then he realized he didn't have Wi-Fi the entire time, so it didn't update, and we had to like struggle before we got on. We almost didn't start.
Yeah, did everything completely offline, not even thinking about it.
How about you,
Sorry,
Dylan?
guys, I'm lagging a bit.
Yep.
I didn't hear the last like 30 seconds of what he said.
Oh, we were just talking about the struggle we had with the file not being uploaded because he wasn't on Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think things are a little sporadic today, and I think that's okay. It's been a weird week, I think, for everyone, whether it be traveling or cold or like officially uploading to YouTube or just different work. I think that sort of like affected us all a little bit, but I mean, I think that's normal. You know what I mean? It's life. I think this is becoming more of a part of life for us more and more than ever, and we're it's like it's like becoming a part of our dailies. You know, to just to do this podcast, to be creative, to post on YouTube. It's becoming habitual. Slowly but surely, I think we're like in that like transitional process, and I think this is one of those weeks where hey, we're in that process, and we're not going to be able to do things perfectly and on time, or we're going to be traveling, or we're going to be not knowing. I thought the podcast was at 2 today. Um,
Yeah.
it's sort of like this weird, I think, formative period where it's like, all right, now it's habitual. We've been doing it for 3 weeks now, which isn't, this is the third week, which isn't a habit enough to form a habit yet, but it's just getting there. It's just getting there. It takes a month to form a habit, and it takes 2 months to solidify that habit that you get in the first month. So it'll be interesting to see how next week goes, and then the next 4 weeks, and once we get into the rotation of things. That's sort of been my week in a way too. Is I'm getting into the habit and swing of things. I've learned that I can manage this sports work that I've been doing for Nichols, my college, and an empty space. It's not hard to upload to the YouTube. It's not hard to cut 10 minutes out of the podcast. It's not even hard to really make a subpar thumbnail. The only thing I don't know how to do instinctively is like tags. I'm learning that these things are manageable, and I just have to kind of keep my head on tight. And it's actually good to have all these things going on because it keeps me busy, it keeps me learning, it keeps me creative. So
Right, right. You just kind of
finish
keep.
that.
I mean, the fact that I'm doing this on a road trip right now, it's like I'm commitment for sure. So
And like you said, we're learning to move with the flow or with the punches, whatever you want to consider it at the moment.
yeah,
Things they're not consistent, but we're working towards getting them consistent. We're working towards streamlining stuff. We're trying to make it where, like, if person A does this, person B knows to do this, and it's not person A has to do everything. Like, we're able to communicate in a way where it's like, I did this, hey, can you go and add those tags to that YouTube video now that it's like pending to upload. I think over the next couple weeks it slowly gets more and more flushed out, and we start getting things more streamlined and a little less hectic. Not saying it's hectic in a bad way. It's just it's hectic in a way it's not like not streamlined yet. It's just we're trying to have to remember to do it, and then we're doing it as we like can and stuff like that.
Yeah, like we got on, and Lee was like the first, like one of the things that was mentioned was Lee was like, do we have to postpone because the hotspot thing, like that's that's behind the scenes look at, like, hey, are we even doing the podcast today or later today, or we're figuring out on our feet. And it's a good thing. It's not a good thing, but it's not a bad thing. I think
yeah,
personally, I think the fact that we're like doing it is already like such a big deal to me still. Like I feel like that's a big strive to keep going until it's habitual. And maybe
Yeah.
that's why I feel like I'm a little bit more on my feet, like kind of 180ing around, just being like, hey, let's do this. And like like Bryson yesterday, you wanted to try to meet earlier, or you want to try to meet Saturday, which we did say we wanted to do Saturdays, but yesterday, like, I was like completely dead to the
Yeah.
world. I was like I didn't know the cold could mess you up. And like, I guess I tested too, because basically I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off all of Friday. I didn't know how my bones have like weirdly settled to this COVID stuff until I start moving around like crazy. And I'm like, holy crap, I need to like exercise more or something, because there's no reason I should feel like this.
Yeah.
And like I said, I got home Friday night and I felt like I was gonna puke. And I was like sitting up, like, is this the time that I go run to the bathroom and throw up?
oh my
Um,
god,
yeah, but like, and it was 2 in the morning at that time, and then I sleep till 12 o'clock in that afternoon, or till 11 o'clock, and I'm just like, why am I still tired? And I
Yeah.
just kind of sit around the day, but it's sort of like it's kept me from those things, is like noticing those things, and now I can like I can tune it to this, my energy here. So I don't think I'm at high energy right now. I didn't like like, who, I don't even need coffee to really like function. I'm doing good.
it says as
Um,
he takes a sip.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just talking a lot. I kind of just feel like, I guess on my end things feel like kind of crazy, and that's because like I've like I was like literally posting to YouTube 3 hours before I have to go film a football game, making sure the YouTube video is set to go. I'm gonna download this podcast after and post it to YouTube right after it's done. Things feel crazy, but I freaking love it, dude. I am thriving in this
You're
right now.
you're
I know
feeling
you guys.
the adrenaline of the hustle, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I just feel good, and I'm doing it with my boys. You know, I know this is going into a long week's like talk, but like, dude, there's nothing that makes me happier. There's nothing that gives me more fulfillment than doing this and living this throughout with my boys. You know, it's with my best buds. There's something so like, just like I feed off of you guys' energy, and it feels fantastic. I'm like totally like just going off on this. I know, but
if you could not feed off of me, that'd be great. All right.
yeah, I love your energy, bro. Love your guys' energy. Keeps me alive, man. So, anyways,
That's your
end
week.
this talk.
It's your
Yeah,
week,
essentially,
yeah.
that's my week. Dude, I feel like every week is of realizations. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Say like
You know-
every week's that step forward. Like I was saying, we're slowly getting better and better at what we're trying to do here. Like every week.
eventually
So
we're gonna get it down to a system, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be nice.
Oh, I got like a big confidence boost, so my ego's a little up there right now because I'm trying to get our view time up on YouTube. So I was just listening to our YouTube, and I'm like, God dang, we sound smart, dude. I yelled at my girlfriend that I'm gonna become a politician because I love the way I talk, and I was like, holy crap, my ego. I need to tone it down, tone it down.
It's like
Because I'm like, we sound
episode 3
smart.
or so.
So
Yeah.
we don't entirely sound like idiots. I do sound kind of cringy when I get on my deep talks, but that's about it.
No.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, but anyways, boys, that was my week. I think, Bryson, did you get entirely into your week before I?
No,
interrupted
no,
you? Sorry.
I did not. What was this week looking like? So this week I actually, Hey Thanks got in contact with me. They want to move on a music video pretty rapidly. We're probably gonna go into that next Saturday.
That'll be dope.
We had a meeting last night about it. So I'm gonna have that project going on, and then other stuff was like, just like I said, I'm gonna start trying to help systemize things for us, make it a little like easier on everybody, so they can see what they need to do easily. They don't have to like keep going back and forth, like figuring out what needs to be done. And we can just see the things we want to work towards too, like because there's things we're doing that we're like, oh, we need to do this, like we need to post to YouTube, we need to do tags and stuff like that. But like things that we want to work towards and add more content and make it manageable at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you the YouTube stuff is a little bit easier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
The only thing that we could work on is probably not subpar thumbnails. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up, but I didn't want to.
No, I mean I'm making them. I'm making them in 10 seconds on Canva. You you can definitely make some more interesting thumbnails. It's just I'm gonna let one of you guys take the reins on that one because I don't know.
And that's the
like-
thing. And that's the thing. What I want, kind of, with that like product is like you can be like you can go and schedule that to me, and then you could put a comment of being like, oh, you can maybe add this, this, and this to it, and then Lee could come in and be like, oh, do this. So like I can see what you guys want to do with it, and I can also do it, and then I can mark off when it's complete, and we know you can have the file, you can go add it to your thumbnail, and we're good to roll.
Is that on the to-do list thing?
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start working with that.
Cool. The thing I haven't interacted with yet. I was wondering what that was.
Yeah, I want to have we'll probably have a later meeting more about it, and
Yeah, I mean, we can. Part of the podcast is to discuss these things too. You know, like we preached. Like I was just re-listening on what we were talking about. One of the big things we hit home when we started the podcast was transparency, right? So we always want to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm testing out basically a project management type software, just to make it easier for all of us to communicate and get files to each other, and assign tasks to people that Like if I'm working on something and I can't do something till Dylan does this thing, I can go and assign, be like, hey Dylan, go make this for me, upload the file here, and then he can go do that, mark off when he's done, and then I know I can move on to my project, my side of the things and stuff like that. So it's just like making it easier to communicate and send files back and forth and bounce around ideas and stuff, and throw in just ideas that we have in general. Like, oh, we'll have an idea column where it'd be like, let's do this for the podcast or something like that, and it's just something where we can put all that information and it's all in one consolidated space.
Can I put on the to-do list that you mail me the charger as soon as possible?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, I figured the weekend was here, so I couldn't really send it. I was gonna send it on Monday.
No, I know. If you can send it Monday.
Yeah,
okay,
I will.
I'm just mentioning that as I think about
I will
it.
forward the charges to you. But I mean, it'll probably be cheaper than having to drive out here.
Yeah. So, and I can pay you because it's to my fault, you know.
Yeah, it's all good.
Anyways, boys. So today's episode, we are going to discuss the script, the creative writing thing we did about. It's about this poisoned blood. It's about this sort of apocalyptic thriller.
Question mark.
I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah. It's so that's kind of what the story we're going with. It'll be interesting. It's simpler than it seems like on paper, probably, because there's not many characters, there's not many locations, and the thing is, we can consolidate. We have the power of consolidation. We have the power to cut things out, to add things, because it's officially our product, right? It's something we can morph and transform and play around like Play-Doh. And Lee, that's sort of been your thing you've been working on while you're on the road a little bit. Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, I tried to just I took out some of the things that I know would be hard for us to do or hard for us to accomplish. Mainly things that were like makeup related, any sort of like I guess making a dead body look good. So I kind of took that out. I left the you'll see this whenever we start reviewing it, but like I left like the bleeding eyes and stuff like that because I think maybe we could figure that out. I don't know. And I kind of just I think I dialed it back so it's not multiple locations as well. Like we don't have to get a lot of like inside outside. Like we might be able to use the same house if shot right. So that's kind of what I was trying to write in, or actually like take out. And for the most part, I left it the same of what everyone came up with, except maybe just like there's not a lot of dialogue in it, so it was mainly just kind of like laying everything out in just a more, I guess, formatted form.
Do you think these changes will affect the story in any kind of way?
No, I don't. It should, from beginning to end, it should do the same thing. Like you should get the same experience with Garth and Rick, if that's who we're calling him. But but yeah, you should. Nothing crazy, no crazy changes that'll affect the story. So.
I was thinking like maybe so every story has to have like a beginning and an end, right? You have to have like sometimes you have to have like a hero's journey. You have to have these different like things like there's like these tools in writing movies and stories that like help like writers, like young writers and are bludgeoning what
bludgeoning the fucking papers.
Blossoming writers. Do you think we should begin to begin to follow like those things? Do you guys understand what I mean?
Yeah, like
all these tactics,
common themes and tropes that people use, like
there has to be something foreshadowing in the beginning. Do you guys believe that may help us? Like, sure, it's like cliche and it's normal, but like maybe if we do more like research on that, all of us, not just one of us, that will help our like writing in the future and stuff like that. Or what do you guys think?
I don't know why the answer to that would be no.
Yeah, I think like yes and no.
Sort of.
Because the thing is like even
I guess you gotta know the rules to be able to break the rules.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like the thing is like
No, that was it.
knowing that you're like knowing what like is already established and tropes and everything and the way things are written or like is already established can only help you like do something different. If not, it can like if you're stuck, you can be like, well, I can easily follow this route because that is a common route that's like it's used. Like it's a good rule of thumb to use this thing. If I
Yeah.
can't think of a different way to do it, but there's a lot of people that like they've done. It's basically the case where it's like they've already done a bunch of this experimentation to get to a point that they know works, and I think we'd be foolish to not look at that before making our decision on other stuff.
I'll add some stuff to the drive and some research. But that's sort of just what I've been, because I know, like the guy I know who's making the movie in Sweden, right? He pays a guy to review scripts. He works for WB, and he pays a guy to review his scripts.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean,
like the person will write your like look at your script and mark it like an essay, right? And they'll judge it if it's good or bad and what you can do to fix it. Like, and at the end of the review, they'll have another page that's like, well, reading this script made me think this and this, and it reminds me of this, and this is what you can do to fix it. And I thought this object was stupid, but the idea of correlating the city to this character was great. Of course, we're not making a full fledged movie, but in a way, when we're making a short movie, we should sort of think in the mindset of a full fledged movie. You know what I mean?
But I don't think it's like, yeah, it's not even the case of thinking of it as a full fledged movie. It's just as a project, you should think it through as thoroughly as you possibly can.
Yeah, with a
honestly, just
beginning and a formative end.
Yeah.
and honestly, just making a coherent story, you have to have a beginning, middle, and end. So I mean,
And here's why I'm on this soapbox right now, because I'm watching the video we did like I'm rewatching episode 2 of the podcast, and I'm watching back the video, and what the big gripe was, how did you go from that yelling scene, from that turning scene of the monologue so drastically? What changed in the character that caused that? We didn't
Right.
translate that to the audience, correct? So how do we do that in the future? And I think that just comes with time and learn. Like I kind of believe it's sort of in that writing process. Did we, maybe we skipped something in that writing process? Maybe me and Bryson or didn't review the writing thoroughly enough. Maybe we glanced at it and said, "Yeah, it's our best friend who did it. It's good."
Well, it was a thing of like again, like I think that's something we realized already for this. We're gonna try and tear things apart to see if they hold up. Now, we're gonna be like, is this gonna make sense in video? Because, like I said, I think a lot of us had the thought that like in writing it made sense, but in video we didn't portray it in that way. We like when I was interpreting it, I was like, oh, this woman already knows the expectations, like has expectations of this person, so she already knows what he did. That did not come across in the video, and that's the type of things we have to go in and tear apart. Like we got to be like, hey, if we're not us and we're an audience watching this, does this make sense to them? Does this like can
Right.
they
How do we?
correlate that to that? Like
Yeah. How do we get this to translate from a script format to a film format?
yeah.
Basically.
Also, we should definitely post the little bit edited you have of that video onto YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
Okay, just checking.
I just want to have an in and out on it. I don't want it as a solo thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I would like. I just thinking of like YouTube. We should definitely post that beginning and end. What am I talking about? We should definitely post like that video and like a blooper. But anyways.
yeah. I think just have like a little talking head explaining what our project was in the
Yeah.
beginning, and then playing the video, and then linking to the podcast maybe, and then maybe linking to a blooper video if we have a blooper video that's gonna come out. And
Yeah, you'll be able
Yep.
to find all this on the channel.
You'll be able to find this on our YouTube that we just started at youtube.com/empty space.
empty space.
Yeah, there's a space and then space.
Okay.
Empty space.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that until I just said it. But
Yeah.
anyways, guys, so I guess we can sort of move to the script now.
Yeah,
What we
we're
have
kinda
written so
hitting
far.
Yeah,
we're
we
hitting
can
the
go
halfway
ahead and do
point.
that.
So
All right, let's move on into. All right. We're there now. Has everybody got set up on their end?
Yes, Captain.
you got it.
Awesome. All right, we should be good. Making sure they can read everything pretty good on our end. All right, where we want to start with this, guys?
I guess from the beginning, I'll just start reading it.
All right, yeah.
Garth's bedroom, internal, Garth's bedroom near a nightstand morning. Garth's laying in bed with a nightstand at his bedside. On it is an alarm clock, and the third alarm is blaring. Garth gets up. He says, "Damn it! I'm late." Jumps out of bed, running towards the bathroom. Garth's bedroom bathtub is filled with blood. Dun, dun, dun. Sees the bathtub and stumbles back in shock. He runs to grab his phone but cannot find it anywhere. Garth will hear the dog barking and investigate. He will look through the peephole to see nothing. In the room, he will find a blood-soaked note. See note 1 for completed note prop. After reading, he will scrabble to see if anyone is home.
All right.
Garth, come on.
Can we pause there?
Yeah.
One thing I want to talk about. For the, I'm looking at the dialogue and we're hitting the nail on the head. Maybe with saying, "Damn it, I'm late." Like, what if he just wakes up in a rush? Like, he can mumble shit and be like, fuck, shit. Like, just so we're not just be like, "Oh, I'm late." Like, classic trope of guy waking up late.
Did you just curse on our podcast?
In our Good Christian podcast? No, I did not.
I'm just joking. Anyways, sorry.
But yeah, that's the kind of things I like want to like analyze it and be like, oh, is this just an amateur like thing right here of like stating that he's late? Like, do we need to state that he's late, or like, can his actions of moving really quickly just portray that he's late already?
I mean, I think this is exactly what we were talking about. Yeah, we could show this in film, not in writing.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
This can turn to damn, or fuck, or whatever he wants to say of like. I don't think we need the I'm late part.
I agree.
All right, if you want to continue, let's what. Anything like you were reading that you were.
The note
Me?
part confused me.
The note, you say, see note 1 for. Where is that at? Note 1, is that at the bottom of our paper?
No, you won't find that because I wasn't able to upload that either. So,
Okay, do you know what it said though? Can you?
we had it in the original. That I literally pulled it from.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was just what was it
The actual
along?
note.
Yeah, what did it say? What did you wrote
It's
out?
in the blood. It's in
Get
the
it out
blood.
of you or something like that, and then
Yeah.
P.S. I will always love you, or I don't know, something like that, huh?
Yeah, something like that. It was
P.S.
like,
I will marry you.
remember. I think it was remember.
Oh, I'll always remember you.
Right.
All right. So jumps out of bed, running towards the bathroom. Garth's bathroom filled with blood. Sees the bathtub and stumbles back in shock. He runs to grab his phone but cannot find it anywheres.
All right, modern day teenager can't find his phone.
Well, that's what you were going for. No, you're right. He should probably have it. Maybe it's dead. Maybe broken.
He just forgot to put it on the charger. That happens to me.
Yeah, I've done that before. That's realistic.
And it's just dead.
Yeah, I mean, dead phone.
I think that would be a cool scene. You don't even say it's dead. You just show it's not plugged into the charger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look good.
Now you kind of have like it's almost like it's next to it. It's like the thing where you set it down but you just never plugged it in.
Yeah.
Right.
Go ahead and kind of write that in so we have that idea there.
Oh, I'm okay. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not able to edit.
Yeah,
So.
Lee won't be able
I
to
wasn't
edit
gonna-
on this end, so he can see what he wrote initially, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For some reason, my little icon to open my drives isn't popping up. It's weird.
Oh, where are you looking at this on the stream?
Yeah. I was
Okay.
looking.
I'll go
But I'm
ahead and move it in if you want.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead, Bryson. Feel free to
All right.
line it.
See the bathtub, stumbles back in shock. He runs to grab his phone, but cannot find it anywhere. So how do we want
cut
to?
that.
Are we just gonna cut it out completely and just change? Runs to grab his
cut that out completely.
phone,
And then add in
but
phone's dead.
can we but phone is dead. Can I put like in? I don't know how we're writing script exactly, but I'm just gonna put in parentheses. Phone is right next to charger, but unplugged.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds work. I mean, that's good. That's fine. Good call on that for sure. I don't think we caught that whenever we were writing it because we're kind of just basing everything off of each other.
What are we
Yeah.
talking about again?
So this, what? Talking about how you said that it's not realistic for someone kind of in a modern age to not find their phone, I guess, or like.
Yeah, I
They're
mean
always gonna have
it
it on.
happens, but I feel like this guy, I feel like he'd have his phone. I don't know why. I just feel like he would. Sorry, I'm also writing like in the other stuff. Whoa, that green is green.
It's just gonna show where we added edits.
Yeah.
I figured you were writing red.
Oh,
after
I was using the red to add edits.
Okay. I was just showing. We'll go ahead with that.
That green, dude. I might be colorblind after that one. Holy crap. That's right.
All right. So yeah, I mean, it really, I guess it would depend. I think it'd be like a stretch to say he didn't, like he goes to a landline or something.
Yeah. That's a bit of.
Let's just make it like a 70s aesthetic.
Yeah.
No one's done that, right? Like a 70s apocalypse.
I don't know. A lot of things are like doing retro now.
I mean, they probably did it in the 70s, right?
Yeah, it's called Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead. Garth will hear the dog barking and investigates. This scene moves so quick. By the way, for everyone watching, this is our first look at Lee's script. We're not just tearing it up, okay? This is actually like more like first input,
Yeah, and for a little context, if you don't know where this is coming from, you can go back and watch episode 1.
On YouTube, right?
Yeah, on YouTube.
Episode 1, yeah, when we did a
Episode
creative
1 on
writing at
YouTube.
the very end, which will be cut out and put onto YouTube also.
Right, so you can see how we all work together to come up with this. This is sort of just like a rough, boiled down version of that.
Link
Of
in the
everything that we
description
put
below.
into it.
Yeah, I'll rerun it on Twitch one day as well. So
Good job, Lee.
Yeah.
So it'll be
Nice.
here.
All right. So Garth but the phone is dead. Phone is right next to charger, but unplugged. Garth will hear the dog barking and investigate. Who's got a dog?
You
Yeah,
have a
Lindsay, right?
dog. Lindsay has a dog. Yeah, I mean, you have a dog at your house. It's probably the easiest dog.
You got a dog at your house?
But I have a dog, but you also have a dog, right?
I mean, I have Alex's dog, but like, she's not really like disposable.
What do you mean
What
disposable?
does that even mean?
Like, she's not like disposable to work. She hasn't gone to the film board of union and everything.
Like, yeah.
You don't think you can get her to bark at a door?
I bet if I
Yeah.
knocked at the door, she'd bark. Like,
She's not a real barker, man. But I'll try. It's sad, but like it's true.
She's being a real diva. You can't.
Zero will bark at anything.
Like, what if our film relies on this dog barking?
And it just doesn't happen. Oh my god. You like poorly just put some dog barking sounds over it.
Why is the dog barking at the door?
It doesn't make sense anymore. You're right, because we have to take out the body. Because there's no way we're going to be able to do that. I mean, we might be able to, but I don't think we'll be able to.
Bryson's thinking or frozen. I can't tell.
Wait, can you see me?
He's frozen.
Oh, I'm not frozen on stream. I'm frozen wherever
Yeah.
I am in
Okay.
Discord.
Oh no, the stream ended cricket noises.
What?
It says the stream has ended cricket
Stream
noises.
ended.
The Discord stream.
Oh. I was trying to see if I can.
No.
I don't know why I'm not showing up in this card. Anyways, I am on. Oh, now everybody's frozen. This is going great. Alright, we're gonna have some technical difficulties at the moment. I will try to get them back into the Discord. Just give me one moment.
Nope. There he is. Now we're live.
We're on break.
We were on break. Welcome back.
Alright, we should be back and rolling, guys.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna put in Todoist to make a technical difficulty screen.
Good idea.
Definitely.
Alright. Alright, where were we? We're talking about the dog, right?
Yeah, dog
Yeah,
barking at the door doesn't make any sense.
Now Lee's breaking up for me.
Take out the dead body because we said we weren't able to.
Garth will hear the dog barking and investigate. He will look through the peephole to see nothing. In the room, he will find a blood-soaked note.
That makes sense, does it?
After reading, he will scramble to see if anyone is home.
You wrote this up pretty quick, huh, Lee?
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Garth will hear the dog barking and investigate.
Yeah, because like I had to cut out that part, and that's where this started to make. It kind of got jumbled right here, and that's what I was hoping we'd be able to look at today. Well, all of it for sure, but definitely this.
So, well, all right, let's reanalyze this. We have him looking for the phone. The phone's dead.
Right.
He runs downstairs to investigate himself.
I think we were trying to. We were getting in the. If you look at what the lines we were going through, how we were each putting something down. Dylan put the dog barking, but everyone's normally up at this point. There's just the dog barking at the front door. And then I put, he approached the front door and saw the body.
So that's what I'm saying.
that's
The
sort of
dog,
where
the dog was to draw him downstairs initially.
Right. The dog was to draw him downstairs. But does that need to happen anymore?
No.
Not if he goes down and investigates himself, I guess.
I think
All right, cut it.
What if he hears
in
like just
between-
a sound downstairs, like a thump, or something, just something to draw his attention to bring him downstairs?
I mean, that'd be easy.
Because I think he would be worried in this moment, so like any weird noise, I think would draw his attention.
Can Rick just be in his apartment and that's the noise?
I mean, he can, but then we have to redesign this a lot. Which, I mean,
What about like impossible?
what's up?
I said a major rework wouldn't be impossible. It's just-
No,
you
I'm
gotta break the
saying,
podcast from it.
I'm saying that if we go that route, we are doing a major rework. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not saying like it's off the table. Well,
Thinking.
Garth will hear the dog barking and investigate. Will look through the people.
Can we just delete that?
Yeah, I would cut that out.
Okay, so well, reading into that next line, this might make a little more sense. He may, at this point, think a prank is happening. He hears a big thunk downstairs, a big sound downstairs. He runs down and he finds a blood-soaking note that says this. And then he's like, come on, guys, seriously, if someone's here, come out. So at this point, he thinks he's being pranked. Like, he thinks like they're like pulling
With a
something.
blood-soaked tub?
Well, he doesn't know if it's
Yeah,
real
that's
blood or
right.
fake blood.
I mean, yeah, we could spin it like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't like people like it could just have like he didn't investigate it. He didn't see how like if it was, oh, is this really blood? Is this viscous? He's seen like a tub full of red liquid.
It's Kool-Aid.
Like it could just be like color dyed, or like the people can make fake blood pranks. I don't think that's
Right.
insane.
Yeah.
Because like again, I don't think he would be thinking that his tub was full of blood, so he wants to hope that somebody's pranking him at this point.
Can Garth be a drinker?
Be a drinker?
Yeah, he drank. Maybe he got too drunk. He got
I mean,
drunk last night.
But if you're going for like
What?
how about we scrap the note entirely? Scrap the note.
Sorry, you're cutting out on us a little bit, Lou.
Yeah. I heard scrap the.
I heard scrap the note.
Yeah.
We'll wait till he comes back in a little better.
Yeah, but we should keep discussing.
Yeah. Scrap the note. What does that do for us?
I don't think we should do that. Okay, he's back. Nope, his audio is still
back.
shot.
Yeah,
I don't think we should scrap the note. I think we just need to like rework. Like, we're not stuck in any sort of like way here, you know.
Yeah.
We shouldn't
well,
be
I
stuck
think
here,
the
man.
thing about the note is it introduces the
Concept of the blood.
yeah, the concept of the blood. So what are y'all thoughts about, like, what is pushing y'all away from the prank thing?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like I wouldn't assume. I'd be freaked out at first. I'd be like, my friends are idiots. There's no way they do this blood tub thing.
Right.
Like, that sort of like disparages like the moment of the like bloody tub. The thing is, we're trying to like. The goal isn't to get Garth to one spot to the next. It's to get his mental state to one spot to the next.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He had panic mode. Now he's trying to get out of panic mode and be like, oh, maybe people are fucking with me. Like, he's hoping that, like, all this, like, comes down to, like, his friends playing a stupid prank. It doesn't mean that they actually, like, would ever do that, but, like, he wants to hope that's what happens.
So, 1 second.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Lee.
Okay, good. No, I agree with Dylan and you a little bit. Like, I think we're going for like an apocalypse story, you know. So I think it's gonna have to fit that sort of tone. I guess trying to keep that throughout the video. That's why I was almost saying like scrap the note or replace it for something else. Like maybe I don't know about you, but if I saw that kind of stuff, I would be like going around my house, you know. I'd be wanting to know like where are my roommates, what's going on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And the thought about that would be like, okay, he goes downstairs, and I always think like something that's pretty. It kind of freaks me out whenever I see it in like movies that have sort of like an apocalyptic kind of vibe. It's like the TV, but it's just static, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's like there's no signal or whatever. Like something that says like no signal. So he's like, what is going on? And like his phone's dead. There's no signal. Like
Yeah.
he got, like Dylan said, he might have got drunk last night.
I think that can be like a little thing to add in. Like he passes by a TV and the TV's like showing like no signal on the TV or something like that. We don't like draw too much attention to it, but we're showing things in the background that are showing that like he's disconnected from everything at the moment.
Yeah.
He's also a coward, so he wouldn't investigate too crazily either. He would definitely be worried about what's going on.
We have to keep the character in character. You know, we can't break away from like different things like he would do.
Right. Like
he grabs a gun, cocks it, and fires it in the air.
But he'd still go around.
Getting a lot of information.
E-O-E-I.
Lee, you're breaking up, man.
Right, so have him freaked out.
Dude, he's on. He's talking. He's going off.
Is it any clearer now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the last thing y'all got?
What was it?
Okay.
We were just talking about staying true to the character, and then you were saying something on that.
Okay, I was saying like staying true to the character. I think you could make him like shake, like almost like afraid to go downstairs, but he ultimately goes downstairs, and that's where he'll like find a note from his friends.
Would you be afraid to go down the stairs of your own house?
Well,
yes, if there was a tub full of blood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
He is a coward. The dude is a coward.
You never woke up to a tub full of blood?
Not recently.
Anyways.
So, what is your thoughts on that, Dylan?
I'm having trouble understanding what the information Lee's trying to relay. Can you? Oh my god.
We're talking about staying true to the character. All right. So far, what we have established is wake up, runs to the bathroom, bathroom's full of blood, freaks out, goes to his phone is dead. I mentioned maybe we hear a sound downstairs. Maybe that doesn't happen. Maybe he just starts investigating. He would be worried about going down or going into other rooms.
We gotta get him down the stairs.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He can still do it, but he can be very cautious. Like he looks like he's trying to kind of sneak his way around his own house.
Does he have to go to Rick's house?
I don't know. We're not even to that part yet.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, because what if there's just like a banging on the door? and it's just Rick, and like that's like frantically like banging on the door.
Then like well, the thing is, like I said, like it would be a major rewrite, which is fine, but then it shortens a lot of everything going on. We just get directly
True.
to him meeting Rick, and
Yeah, I'm just thinking of location also. Like, where do we go
Yeah.
for Rick's house?
I feel like, do y'all think that's that difficult to get a second
we just go to-
location?
Should we just go to my neighbor's house, bang on their door?
You know what I mean? Like, is it that difficult to have, like, the house doesn't have to be in the same area?
True.
I mean, theoretically, you could just rearrange the same apartment.
Yeah. But hold on, I'll be right back.
Where's he going?
He said he'll be right back, but his face is still there on my camera
Oh, okay.
because he's frozen.
Yeah. So
And on
um,
and for Twitter.
he can, if we
frozen,
rearrange
right?
it. Yeah, I know. If we rearrange it, like the house, like that could. I feel like that hard to betray it as a truly different place, though. I feel like it'd just look like,
But
hey,
it's apartment.
yeah, but it'd be the exact same furniture too. We can rearrange the same furniture, but it's still the same furniture in the apartment.
Well, how much of the apartment are we exploring? The first one, we're exploring Dylan, the Gar, bedroom and stairs and bathroom, and then
Well, what I think would look good is for our little coward college kid, it looks like he's living in an apartment. For our other person, Rick, if we could find a house that looks more like adult and professional, like that betrays it more as a like somebody's like house who's an adult and a professional.
Right.
I'm just trying to write to our limitations, you know.
What?
Understood.
That's what I'm saying. What's
I mean, if you think-
difficult about getting another house?
Do you have another house?
We all have houses. Like Lee has a house.
don't
I
think
have
we
a
can
house.
lease I don't think we can use Lee's house.
Yeah, that'd be a little difficult.
That's what I'm
It's already
saying.
one.
That's what I'm saying. Like you don't know anybody that would let us use like their house for a little bit.
I mean, you also have 2 bedrooms in your house. You can make this work.
Wait, what's up?
Yeah.
I said, I mean, honestly, if Dylan's roommate is fine with us using his room for like 2 seconds, there you go, different bedroom.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah,
Bryson
that'd be
doesn't like
insane.
the idea, dude. Bryson hates
I
that idea.
no. Like my thing is like I don't think it would be impossible to find somebody to let us use their house. Like I don't know why like it should be that hard.
If you got someone, dude, send them our way.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying. I have my house if that is what it needs to be.
Oh yeah. Yeah, true.
Okay. Well, that's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's either like I have my house if I don't want to use that. I'm sure like we can find somebody that'd be like, hey, can we just use your house? Even if it's an apartment. Let's say it's an apartment. I'd be like, hey, can we use your apartment? Just so it looks different enough.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Because like I
I'm
said,
just looking at
if we use as Alex's like room, like we have to go with what Alex has in his room.
Yeah. I mean,
And that doesn't portray the guy that we want to have, like playing Rick.
it could be a drunk. That'll help out with his room. But I'm just looking at the scene that says the space between Garth and Rick's apartment leading to Rick's front door.
Because that can easily be like nobody knows what the outside of your house looks like or the outside of your apartment looks like. So nobody will be able to know if like this house is actually next to this apartment or not, you know?
Yeah, makes sense. I agree.
Yeah, that's
As long as we don't have an establishing shot that's trying to show both places at the same time, then
Yeah.
yeah. If you look back at the improv, it's Dylan. You're the one who wrote running outside, leaving through the back door, hopping the fence. So I was like, I took out the fence part because I was like, hopping the fence. I don't even know where we got a fence.
yeah.
I don't think anyone has a fence.
If we have another location, then we can show him running up to another location.
Yeah. Well, the idea at first wasn't to use this, so now that it is, it's a little bit more feasible. We can cut that out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a part that's not entirely necessary. So
It's just dramatic. I had a cool shot in my head.
yeah.
Man, we spent 30 minutes discussing this first part.
Yeah, we're running up on an hour at this point right now.
Jeez. Let's spend 10 more minutes breaking down these next couple of
Yeah,
things
let's get through that next. We get through the actual barrier that we're looking for right now. Right now, we're trying to get Rick, his mental state and his physical body to different locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can worry about that.
Garth will come to the conclusion no one is home. Garth will feel like he needs to find someone, so he thinks of his neighbor Rick. Rick's! I don't like that.
Rick's, they just put Rick.
I'll put Rick's.
That's not a good way. Do you guys think that's an effective way to get him to Rick?
Well, I think.
Well, we initially had a line, like, we said, like, oh, Rick, the cop next door, or something like that. It was, like, straight up, like...
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be, like, an exclamation like you were, like, Rick! It can just be, like he's thinking, you see a face of him thinking, and he maybe even mumbles it. He's like, Rick. And, he, like, it goes...
I hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that I'm trying to, like, figure out how to do is, like, have that sort of like dialogue.
Why do we have to say it?
That's the thing. You don't have to.
All right, then get rid of the Rick.
Okay.
Okay, that happens, and then he just shows up at another house.
And he runs outside and tries to figure out what's going on. I would, and because we don't know, but we'll figure out that Rick is, I guess, his next most likeliest ally in that moment. It's gonna go knock. I mean,
I'm sorry. Yeah, most of this story is going to be told through shots. Like, it's not going to be dialogue at all. Like this.
So how does that like? All right, again, we're moving on to a spot that we haven't figured out the previous part yet.
Right. Sorry, jumping ahead.
Yeah, so let's not figure out how he's going to Rick's. We need to figure out how he's getting downstairs and what's happening downstairs.
He's just gonna start investigating. You're just
all right. He's gonna cowardly investigate. Does he find a note or does he not find a note?
Do we like
he finds a note.
So he finds a note.
Yeah, keep the note. Finds the note. That could be on the kitchen counter or something.
And then so there.
Or like in between the crevice of his door, which leads him to go outside. Like, you know how, like, apartment complexes will, like, stick notes to your door and stuff like that?
Yeah. It would be a thing like they stick a note under the door or something?
Or like, the apartment complex wrote, it's in your blood. Also, rinse do still.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying to think. Okay, he starts going downstairs. He finds a note somewheres. Does he still live with roommates, or is he not worried about seeing if roommates are home?
He doesn't care about roommates.
Yeah, get rid of that.
So we don't have roommates now either?
No.
So we're not establishing that nobody else is home or exists.
Right.
I'm thinking. This is a lot of work.
This might have to be a multi-episode thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to have to take over driving soon.
Yeah. Well, we got to discuss it also not in the podcast. I think that'll help.
Right. That'll definitely help.
I think it's a lot easier to get it done there too.
Yeah, I think we are now we're analyzing it probably like it should
Too
be
much.
analyzed, but
It's probably boring as shit. Or maybe not. I don't know.
No doubt.
Like people are like, "Oh my god, move on! I want to see what's
Maybe
next."
for some, maybe
But I mean, this is why we're here.
yeah.
But all right. Do you guys want to do wrap up, and we'll come back to this next episode with some rewrites and things like that?
yeah, kind of I guess figure out. As you can see, we'll probably hopefully have more to tell you on what we established in this scene right here. With our last film, we had that issue of like there's a disconnect between what we're thinking and what people will actually interpret. So we're trying to keep things clear on that end. We're also trying to keep things in a way where we're not just being obvious. Like I said in the beginning, like, damn it, I'm late. Like, we don't need to establish that if you can see in the scene that he's late. Or in our previous script, we wrote, like, Rick, the cop that lives next door.
Yeah.
Like, we're trying to find ways to lead people through with film but still get, like, the point across where we're not just hitting nails on the head. And, like, I think that's what's going to cause it, like, take it a little bit out of that amateur realm of being, like, not thinking, like, oh, let's establish this verbally. It doesn't always need to be established verbally. And if it's going to be established verbally, like, it may be a deeper conversation. Like, him and Rick's talking, it's like, oh, yeah, I've heard about this place over here, and, like, they said that this does this and stuff like that. That's a more, like, established way of, like, informing the viewer about something. We don't need to inform the viewer that he's going downstairs or, like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to avoid pit holes and stuff like that. We want to clear it up as much as we can. Maybe like do our best to almost this front end of this video be all like audio based, if anything. And then until Rick shows up, and then dialogue will finally be introduced.
Yep, I agree.
So,
well
yeah.
said.
I guess we
Well,
should
wrap
tell
up
the
time?
people. Yep, we should
Yep.
tell the people where to find us.
All right. So that was episode 3. 1 sec. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. That was episode 3 of the Empty Space podcast. We got a little bit done today, not a lot, and we didn't have as crazy discussions. We kind of got a little bit deeper, I think, into the weeks because I wouldn't shut up about it. We also dived into this first paragraph of the script because we were critically analyzing it, and we're analyzing it from the point of the last script we had and really going into detail. We didn't do this last script. You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah.
We didn't do this last script, and we're
Right.
doing it now. We probably should have done this last script, and I think we'd be fine, right?
Yeah.
But this is us learning from those mistakes. This is what we have to do to create a cohesive video. I think that's fine. I think it's good we're spending an hour on a paragraph because guess what? That means a lot. That means it's gonna be critically thought out.
Yeah,
And there's not gonna be any mistakes.
everything that we do on the front end saves us time on the filming end.
Exactly. So the red spots are just a couple of corrections that off the top of our head that we're thinking, and we're gonna continue to add to that. We'll add and rewrite and do a little bit more before the next podcast, so you guys aren't sitting here wondering why we're spending an hour on 3 lines.
Yeah, we'll brief you on the changes we made, what it was before, and what we changed it to, and why we did it.
Yeah, and I think that'll be good, and that'll wrap up sort of the script writing podcast, and then we'll move on to whatever's next. So, with that, make sure to tune in to us on YouTube if you want to watch the cutout highlights, and we'll also be posting the full podcast on YouTube. We're getting some views, we're getting some love on there. Thankfully, we got like 5 or 6 subscribers now. It's
Yep.
more than 0. It's more than 0, baby. Let's go. So with that, I've been Dylan. You guys.
I've been Bryson. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
I've been Dylan.
And I've been Lee.
Yeah. We've been ourselves since 24 years now.
Yeah. Are you guys 24? I'm about to be 25.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Anyways,
mean, we're all about to be 25, but
you can click that end stream button.
our new name's gonna be called Quarter Life Crisis.
Yeah.
All right, guys. See y'all later.
Later.